Good evening. I am Angelina Salcido. We're going to be returning from that breaking news in just a little bit. Obviously, former President Donald Trump was shot today at his rally. We're going to be returning to NBC's breaking news, featuring the coverage of this rally at the bottom of our hour. Right now, though, on 11 Alive News at 11, more coverage from the situation in Pennsylvania. Donald Trump's campaign is saying that he is fine after the shooting. The former president says he was shot with a bullet that pierced part of his right ear. The Associated Press calls it an apparent assassination attempt. Now, here's what happened when the shots came.
Take a look at what happened.
Some scary moments there. The local district attorney confirming tonight that one spectator was killed, another injured, and the suspected shooter is dead. Just moments after the shooting, the former president got to his feet, his ear covered in blood. He pumped his fist in the air and appeared to mouth the word "fight" twice to his crowd of supporters. Agents then rushed him to the motorcade and to a medical facility. Now, tonight, the White House says President Biden did speak with the former president on the phone late tonight. Let's get to the very latest on what is a very fluid investigation with NBC's Alice Barr.
Former President Trump is safe tonight after a horrifying moment, an apparent assassination attempt at his rally in Butler County, Pennsylvania. The former president writing on Truth Social that he was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of his right ear.
It just went pop, 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 pop. And then as I was staring straight ahead, I looked across and I didn't see anything, so I looked back at President Trump, and that's when he went down.
The U.S. Secret Service says it neutralized the shooter, who is now dead. One spectator was killed, 2 others critically injured. The Secret Service saying the shooter fired several shots from an elevated position outside the secured rally venue. The former president had just started speaking shortly after 6 when loud pops rang out. He reached for his ear and dropped to the platform behind the podium as Secret Service agents rushed the stage and surrounded him. Blood could be seen on his right ear running down his cheek toward his mouth, and he pumped his fist to the crowd as he was hustled to a waiting SUV. Former President Trump thanking law enforcement and offering condolences to the person who was killed and those injured. President Biden addressing the nation.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this.
As lawmakers and Americans from both sides of the aisle send prayers for healing and for peace. In Milwaukee, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Now, Vice President Kamala Harris also releasing a statement tonight on X, saying in part, "Doug and I are relieved that he is not seriously injured. We are praying for him, his family, and all of those who have been injured and impacted by this senseless shooting. We are grateful to the United States Secret Service, first responders, and local authorities for their immediate action." Georgia Governor Brian Kemp also called on all Georgians to join fellow Americans in mourning the innocent life taken today at the Pennsylvania rally and praying for the attendees still receiving care. Governor Kemp also thanked the Secret Service for the swift action to keep former President Trump and rally-goers safe. Now, the Carter Center also posting on X tonight, saying in part, while we don't know all of the facts, we do know that all Americans should be able to gather peacefully without the fear of violence. Our thoughts are with President Trump and all those affected by this horrific act, and we call on all Americans to embrace civility and our democratic process.